As always, I want to thank those guys for helping us out in the face-off. Looks like the Chicago Blackhawks got some work to do, though. Got to get some wins to get some fans. All right, Eric, now it's time for your pick. Let's get it started with our game of the week, Burlington Central and Hampshire.
Yeah, I expect a good game as always as we do in the game of the week here. Burlington Central comes in 2-5. That record might be a little deceiving. They're playing a little better right now, and Hampshire coming in 4 wins in a row. Man, have they really turned things around since that 0-3 start? They're on the doorstep of the playoff berth. Although they finished 5-4 last year and didn't make the playoffs, so you expect the Whips to really be hungry to get that 5th and then 6th win to secure that berth. They don't want to mess around this season, but to do that, Hampshire's going to have to beat Central, and that's been something that the Whips haven't been able to do all that often lately. They've lost, I think, 8 of the past 9 meetings in this matchup, and Central's always up for this game, as is Hampshire, but Central just had the upper hand in the last few years, and expect this to be a really, really good contest out on Friday night out at Central. The Rockets on homecoming, they're going to be kind of jacked up for this game. They're going to be ready to go. I expect it to be really close, and so it's going to be a tough call, but I'm going to go against history here. I think Hampshire's going to take care of business. The Whips certainly hungry, and they've been playing better, playing with a little more confidence. That senior class for Hampshire is really hungry here, so I'm going to take Hampshire, but in a really good contest.
All right, then in the town jug game, a couple teams coming off of very different results a week ago, Elgin and Larkin.
Yeah, Elgin, really broke through last week. Got that first win of the season against East Rohr. Really laid it on East Rohr. It went up 41-0 at halftime and just rolled from there. Nice to see the Maroons it seemed like they got that off their chest. They took care of business and got that first win, and really, what a perfect timing going into the town jug week. On the other side of the ball, Larkin, it was the opposite. They had a demoralizing loss against St. Charles North. They're losing 41-0 at halftime. Really just kind of a tough game for the Royals. They just didn't really come. It seemed like that game, so they got to really kind of circle the wagons here, get ready to go. So that adds a little bit. 2 weeks ago, I might have said Larkin in a runaway in this game, but the way the teams played last week, I think that's going to affect the way things happen. I expect another really good game here. Let's look at the history real quick. Larkin's won 6 in a row in the town jug meeting dating to 2001, so Elgin's going to be hungry to get the jug back on the east side. It's been a while, but Larkin kind of likes having it on the west side. They don't mind keeping the jug over there. Also, last year was the highest scoring town jug game in history. I think Larkin won 53-35. That's 88 points. But I think that record might be broken again this year. It seems like year after year we're getting more and more offense.
Yeah.
Elgin's got a high-scoring offense. Larkin's offense hasn't been that prolific this season, but I think against Elgin's defense, which has struggled this year, the Royals are going to be able to move the ball and score some points. So expect another shootout at Memorial on Saturday afternoon. But so now comes the time for the pick. I can talk about this and talk about this. It's hard. This is a tough pick, but I'm going to go with Larkin. I think the Royals are going to maintain the jug, but it's going to be a heck of a ball game. The Maroons are fully capable of proving me wrong. It's really a toss-up here. I think both teams are going to be hungry, and it's so cliche, but it really is a throw-out-the-records kind of game. These kids, this is the big game for them, and it's always fun to watch and see who comes out on top, but I think Larkin's going to be the team here.
All right, next on the docket, the Battle of St. Charles, East and North, a couple of big-time teams here.
Yeah, this is 2 5-2 teams. The winner clinches a playoff berth, so that makes this a big game anyway. Throw in the fact that these are 2 heated rivals. There's not a lot of love lost between these 2 teams. These 2 teams get after it when they play each other. And certainly with the stakes being what they are, you expect another great game between the Saints and North Stars. The all-time series is tied 4-4, so the winner gets a little upper hand there. St. Charles North won last year, kind of in an upset fashion. They stopped St. Charles East on a 2-point conversion late in the fourth quarter, so some bad blood maybe carrying over. St. Charles East maybe felt like they had was stolen away there last year, but North certainly outplayed them last season. Like I said, winner clinches the playoff berth. A lot on the line here. Going to be a really heck of a ball game out of St. Charles on Friday night. Pick right here goes to St. Charles North. I think the North Stars are going to edge. I think they just got a little edge this year. St. Charles North East has a lot of talent with guys like West Allen, but a lot of talent over St. Charles North also. I think in a heck of a ball game as always, I'm taking St. Charles North.
All right, should be a very good one. In the FVC Fox, another good one. Huntley, they're going to be hosting Prairie Ridge.
Yeah, it might not be the classic rivalry matchup here, but this is a huge game this week. You got both teams coming in undefeated in the FVC Fox. Huntley undefeated for the season, 7-0. Tough pick here. This is going to be a heck of a game. Expect a wild one, intense. Both teams playing well right now coming in. But something tells me, I like Huntley. I like the way the Red Raiders have been playing this season. But something tells me Prairie Ridge has played maybe a little better competition. They beat Waubonsie Valley earlier this year. They lost to Woodstock, lost to Crystal Lake South. Maybe seen a couple tougher teams. I don't know if Huntley's seen anybody quite at this caliber. So just based on that, I think I'm going to give the edge to Prairie Ridge. Pick Prairie Ridge, but man, it's hard to pick against Huntley the way it's been playing. I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders prove me wrong.
All right, then a game between a couple of undefeated squads. Bartlett, they're going to be hosting Thornton.
Yeah, no, I mean, talk about a weekend full of great
Yeah.
games. I mean, here you got two 7-0 squads going at it. It's like almost an afterthought this week, the fifth down on our list. But, two 7-0 teams over at Millennium Field on Saturday night. This is going to be a heck of a game. Bartlett comes in ranked number 4 in Class 8A. Thornton ranked number 9 in Class 8A. Expect a heck of a ball contest here. Bartlett's going to be challenged maybe a little way they haven't been, coming off that tough win against Nico Valley. They got to get right back into it. It's almost like playoffs starting early for the Hawks here. This is a good test for Bartlett. But Bartlett won last year in this matchup. They went down to Thornton and won. Now they get him at home. It's going to be a tough test for the Hawks, but I've been saying all along, until somebody knocks them up, I'll stick with Bartlett. I'm going to stick with that here. I think Bartlett's going to take this game.
All right, then South Elgin, they're going to be hosting Waubonsee Valley.
Yeah, a tough test for South Elgin. The Storm had a tough loss last week against St. Charles East. They just got to get back out and try to put together a full game, but it's not easy against a team like Waubonsee Valley, which has been playing a lot better lately. I like the Warriors to come in on the road here and win. I'll take Waubonsee Valley, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little better showing from South Elgin this week.
All right, then Dundee Crown, they're going to have their hands full. Kerry Grove comes in.
Yeah, the Chargers need to win their last 2 games to get a playoff berth, and when you got an undefeated state-ranked Kerry Grove team standing your way in Week 8, that's not going to be easy. Kerry Grove's playing lights out this season. I don't expect a hiccup from them, so I'm going to take Kerry Grove here on the road against Dundee Crown.
All right, another team with their hands full, St. Edward. Montini comes in.
Almost the same exact scenario for St. Edward as Dundee Crown. The Wave need 2 wins to get in the playoffs, and it's going to be tough with a team like Montini standing in the way. Montini ranked number 2 in Class 5A, undefeated. The Broncos look like the real deal this year. They're the cream of the crop in the Suburban Catholic. Just a tough time for the Wave to run into a team like this, so I'm going to take Montini. But who knows? St. Edward's been playing the top tier pretty well, but I just don't see them coming out with a win here.
All right, Kingston then coming off a loss. They're going to have a tough game ahead of them here as they travel to take on Stillman Valley.
Yeah, the Cogs certainly kind of frustrated with that loss at home against Oregon last week. Now they got to go on the road, play a state-ranked Stillman Valley team that's undefeated, 7-0 coming in. So just a tough back-to-back. I expect GK to play a lot better this week. I think they're going to hang right with it. They might pull out the win, but I like Stillman Valley at home. I'm going to take Stillman Valley here, just kind of the home field advantage for them. But it's going to be a heck of a ball game, maybe a little better than last week's game for GK.
All right, then Streamwood, they're going to be hosting Neuqua Valley.
Yeah, tough test for Streamwood here. Neuqua's got its back against the wall. They got to win their last 2 games to get in the playoffs, and so they're going to be hungry this week. Stavers, just have this is a tough matchup. On paper, it's pretty much obvious that Neuqua might have a little more talent, but so I'm going to go with Neuqua Valley here in the noon game on Saturday. Pick the Wildcats at Streamwood.
All right, then Jacobs, they're going to be hosting Crystal Lake South.
Same kind of thing here. Mismatch on paper. Crystal Lake South going to be kind of hungry coming off loss last week to Kerry Grove, so expect them to come in hungry this week. The Golden Eagles are struggling. They've lost 6 in a row. It would be nice to see them kind of get something going a little bit. They got the big showdown with Dundee Crown in Week 9, but I got to pick Crystal Lake South here.
All right, there you go. Looks like it's going to be a very exciting weekend of football. I want to thank Eric for all his picks. Be sure to check out the Courier News on Friday for game previews on all the weekend's action.
And don't forget to check the Saturday paper for recaps of Friday night's games. And we got a couple Saturday games, so come back to Sunday's paper for recaps. Also, online all weekend, we'll have stuff online, including the All Around E-Town blog, where myself and Andy and other staff writers will be providing further analysis from this week's games.
And then on Sunday on the Courier News Online, be sure to look for Game of the Week highlights between Burlington Central and Hampshire, as well as some highlights from the Town Jug game between Elgin and Larkin. So for Erik Jacobsen, I'm Andy Rohr. So long, everybody.